Hey everybody, Rose Matter here. Welcome back to part 16 of my Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc Let's Play. Last we left off, we had not one, but two murders. Both Hifumi and Taka got taken out by a transformer-looking guy. And we're going to be starting the investigation and maybe be getting into the class trial in this episode. So we'll just see how things go. And without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so we are getting right in. I forgot that we had both the bodies in the same place, which is, you know, convenient for us. So let's check out Taka first. Alright, according to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? There's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way there wouldn't be any blood left behind with the body while the body was moved. Okay, so there's also the whole thing about the hammers. There's Justice Hammer 1, 2, 3, and 4 apparently, but one of the hammers is missing, so we still don't know what's going on with that. Hifumi's big cold body is laying on the floor. His really big body. Really? You gotta fat shame a dead guy? That is rude, Makoto. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository. All the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing. How the hell? It's no good, I just don't get it. I can think about it later, for now I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. Okay, so I guess that means that it's the second one that we're missing. Justice Hammer 2, I don't think we found. Wait, something's off about his body. Wait, what's off about his body? Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. Oh, his glasses. That's it, his glasses. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But now they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that, and why? Alright, so I'm guessing the big thing in this is going to be the body placement. Where the bodies were, how they got moved, that's obviously the big issue that we have. So I don't think we can investigate Taka's body anymore, so maybe I'll talk to Hina.
So,
Hey, Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. What is it? After Hifumi and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together.
but...
And we came right to the repository to, you know, look around. But when we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked? And we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it? And why is it unlocked now? I wonder the same thing. Okay. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there. But I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. Okay, that's the game kind of nudging me along, being like, okay, you have to go check out other places, but I'm going to talk to Sakura and Byakuya first. There are many aspects to the incident this time. Too many, to be honest. I'm thinking the same thing, like, this one's really got me confused of how things happened. Hifumi did say as he was dying that it was Hiro was the one who killed him, but like I said before, it can't possibly be that simple. There's got to be more to it. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that's happened.
So then.
Would you like my help? Yes, please, Sakura. Please help me. I am scared and confused. Yeah, let's look back on things. This morning, only 4 of us met up at the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. Yeah, and Kyoko's still missing. We waited for the others, but nobody showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search. Soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor, then quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her, meaning just after 7 o'clock. Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo-Justice. It also became clear that this robo-justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costume assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor, then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse's office, based on Celeste's claims, we went back up to the 2nd floor where we split up and began searching. I'm wondering about Celeste if she's in on this somehow. Like, she was the one that was kind of sending us on a little bit of a goose chase to distract us for some reason. Because she was acting kind of odd for her. Then right after that, Celeste screamed. This time she'd apparently seen the suspect on the 3rd floor. Yeah, maybe she's working with someone. Maybe she's distracting us so we go somewhere while whoever she's working with is moving the body. But why would Celeste do that? Because if you're an accomplice, if you haven't killed anyone, then unless, this is my thing I might have said in the last episode, maybe the person who killed Hifumi wasn't the person who killed Taka and vice versa. So there's 2 separate murderers and they're working together so that they both are able to get, I don't know. I'll just go back to this and I'll figure it out later. Hearing her screams, we quickly made our way to the 3rd floor. Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. Like I'm saying, she's not acting like herself. She's seeming kind of a little bit damsel in distress-like? I don't know, and that's definitely not her. Alright, and then... Okay, at that point, we decided to split up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office. Meanwhile, you, Byakuya, and Toko pursued the suspect up on the 3rd floor. And when we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi's corpse, which is also when we heard the body discovery announcement play. And that was the thing, too, is there was only 1 body announcement, but there's 2 bodies. I left Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the 3rd floor to tell the others what had happened.
However...
But at that same time, we discovered Taka's body in the equipment room, which means Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered right around the same time. Because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement play right after finding Taka, so maybe the announcement was for both of them? And that's when I showed up and told you and Byakuya that Hifumi had been killed, right? Then you, me, and Byakuya all headed back to the nurse's office, leaving behind Toko, who had fainted. Oh my god, there's so many, like, moving pieces to keep track of. This might be a tough one. But as soon as we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who just arrived to tell us something very unusual. Hifumi's body has disappeared. We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover that his corpse was, in fact, gone. Then we remembered we had abandoned the unconscious Toko and rushed back to the equipment room. There's a lot of moving around in this episode, or this whole thing here that I'm going to have to keep track of. This time, Taka's body had disappeared. So from there, we began our search for both of the missing bodies. And after some time, Celeste told us she'd found the bodies and we all headed to the repository. See, that's the thing too, is Celeste was the one who found the body. I feel like she's in on this somehow. And there we rediscovered the 2 bodies that had apparently vanished. Because the repository was locked, and then it was unlocked. So who was able to do that? And that brings us up to now. And we still have 2 people missing. There's Hiro, who we haven't seen in quite a while, and we also haven't seen Kyoko. Looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. I'm fine anytime. Alright, I'm not going to drag you guys through that, or at least I'll cut it out of this, you know, because that took up quite a bit of time, but I might need a refresher. Byakuya, do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders and disappearances all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Hifumi said when he died, yeah, he said Hiro's name.
So in other words...
Then there's no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kind of dumb. But do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere.
What?
And is that it? That's all that bothers you about this case? Well, no, there are a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is, why'd they bother killing 2 people?
What?
What? Yeah, exactly, right? You don't get more points for killing more people. Because all the rule says is if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your #1 priority is not getting caught. But killing 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out. How did Byakuya not realize this? He's supposed to be Mr. Smart Guy, and he didn't even consider that.
I see.
Hold on, perhaps. I see, so that's what that means. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Huh? What's with that attitude? But you have my appreciation.
Goodbye.
Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. Oh, Byakuya, don't go and start messing around with things again. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he'd figured something out. But if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? Okay, well, there's these hammers here. There are hammers of all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Mallets? Could the Justice hammers have been designed using these as a model? Because there's definitely some missing. Either way, all the hammers here have obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait, for some reason this one hammer is not dirty at all, and it's wet. Oh, is that the missing hammer #2? Did someone wash it recently? Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't leave after all. Oh, this thing maybe could be used to move the body, right? It's a dolly, it doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before, I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. But wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. Oh, there we go, there's a blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? What do you think, Makoto? Okay, are we done now? I think I've actually seen everything, so we'll see what else we can investigate. Okay, so it can only be locked from inside the repository. The door can only be locked from inside, which makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura confirmed the door was locked after... Okay, so maybe the person must have been maybe hiding in here? Huh. The door is designed so it can only be locked from inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked on it, someone had already gone into the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims that there's no way someone could have beaten them to the repository, which means they must have been in here the whole time, right? So that certain someone... There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. Okay. There are some places I already know about. Yeah, that's another thing too, is like there's a lot of places to check out because this happened across multiple rooms. Alright, well let's do that. Well, I was kind of hoping to get the class trial started in this episode, but I'm not sure because I don't know how long the investigation's going to take, but I don't mind doing the investigation. I think it's pretty fun. Oh no, there's Jill. Alright, let's see what she has to say. I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away. I'm super pissed I missed such an ultimately rare event. Alright, back to investigating. Yeah, you can see the trail there of where the dolly was, dragging the blood. Some kind of tire mark going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. That reminds me about the dolly in the repository. There was blood on its tire. Could that blood have come from here? Which could mean Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly. Both rooms are on the 3rd floor, so that should definitely have been possible. Okay, but then we have to figure out about Hifumi. Is there like some sort of secret elevator somewhere? But because I'm like, how in the world would they be able to get his body from the 1st floor to the 3rd floor without anyone noticing? But even if the dolly was used to move Taka's body, what about Hifumi? Hifumi's body was in the... I'm jumping ahead again. Was in the nurse's office on the 1st floor. Even with the dolly, there's no way to get it up to the 3rd floor. It's still a total mystery. Okay, so Taka's is seemingly pretty straightforward right now. Hifumi's is the problem. Justice Hammer 4, the weapon that was used to kill Taka. The body was moved, but the murder weapon was left here. But was that the... Because, I mean, there is another hammer that was apparently washed, but it's weird that that one would be washed, but not any of the other ones. This tarp. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, and just recently, too. Okay, so... I think that's everything for this one. Yeah. Alright, down to the nurse's office. Alright, there we go. Nurse's office. And Celeste. I have so many questions to ask you, Celeste. You're kind of like... I know they're pointing towards Hiro, but I'm suspicious of you. What are you investigating, Celeste? I'm not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I'm simply going around seeing if Hiro might be hiding somewhere. What about you? Oh, you know, just checking this and that. You see, the thing is, if Celeste was investigating, that would be suspicious to me, because usually she's, like, not about that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
Let's see.
How Hifumi was moved, eh? When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes.
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. When you got back, the body was gone? We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yeah, Hina said the same thing. Okay, so Celeste has a little bit of a... She's got an alibi there. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time.
Indeed.
It would seem so. Carry off someone as big as Hifumi in only a couple of minutes is... I can't think of it as anything less than impossible. Like I say, is there some sort of like secret passage somewhere that would be able to lead to the 3rd floor? I don't know. Justice Hammer 3, the one that was used to kill Hifumi. Someone moved the body but left the weapon behind. And that's another thing too, is the fact that someone would go to the trouble of cleaning one hammer but not the other ones. Oh. There's a bunch of blood packets in here for blood transfusions. Oh, I was hoping it would be like you move it out of the way and there was some sort of tunnel or something. I don't know. Doesn't help me though. I'm not a vampire. Okay. That's gonna come back, right? Like, it's got to. It's just a normal trash can. Wait, there's something inside. It's too small to be a handkerchief. It's a glasses cleaning cloth. And it's got some kind of cartoon character on it. But it's also covered in blood.
Oh.
Oh, did you find something? Yeah, there was a cleaning cloth in the trash can.
Huh?
A cleaning cloth. And it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe some blood. But who would you... Oh, sorry, but who would need to do something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Guys, come on. Glasses cleaning cloth. It has a cartoon character. Obviously it was Hifumi's. Come on. Oh my goodness. All right. So, what else? I feel like I've checked everything here, but I'm like, okay, so I've checked the equipment room. Oh, there we go. All right, so this is where you were. I've been looking for you. Okay, you want to be friends with me now? You have. I wanted to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting indeed. That fills me with dread. I'm like, what have you done, Byakuya? You should go to Hiro's room. And let me give you this. Meet me in the dining hall. This is the note Hiro wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember well. Ah, see, and there we go too. So the penmanship is pretty remarkable, so left an impression. I feel like Celeste would have, like, nice writing. Or maybe Kyoko. I don't know.
It's all clear now.
This makes it clear, right? Well, not really. It's a trap. Well, what is? Things grow even more exciting. What are you talking about? I've already repaid my debt. I don't owe you I don't owe you any more explanation.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay, so he said to go to Hiro's room, but what's waiting for me there? Oh boy. We'll see. Okay. So depressing. Be like, you're dead. You're dead. You're a jerk. You're dead. You're dead. You too. You better stay alive. Please stay alive for me. You probably won't, though. I mean, the whole point of this is everyone's gonna die. Here we go. Hiro's room. Door is unlocked. I guess I can go inside. Byakuya did say to go look in. It might not be a great idea, but I'm gonna take the plunge. Oh, what is waiting for me in here? Oh my god, wow. This is Hiro's room. There's all kind of weird stuff in here. Man, my room looks so boring in comparison to the other people's rooms. Where did he get it all from? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up. Which means he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room, right? How weird that his room was unlocked. I soundlessly checked the bathroom. There's nothing in here. It's pretty grungy, though. How does a bathroom even get this dirty? Okay, so quite a few things to check out here. Ah, no, I don't want to go out there. I think there's something in the cardboard box. Oh, it's blueprints for... Okay, well, I mean, this is all adding up to Hiro. Come on. Some things made of, it looks like cardboard, plastic, and plaster? Is this Robo-Justice? And it's in Hiro's room. But wait, these blueprints. Something about them bothers me. Once again, it's not going to be that simple. I feel like he must have some sort of accomplice helping him out. Okay, have I checked everything? I guess so. Okay. Makoto, big news, big news. What's wrong? We found Kyoko. Oh my god, I have so many questions to ask her. What? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait, I wasn't done. There's more big news. Uh-oh.
Just a second.
Robo-Justice showed up too. Robo-Justice. It's Hiro wearing the costume.
Okay.
Anyway, as soon as you can, head to the pool on the second floor. To think Hiro and Kyoko would turn up at the same time. Anyway, I have to head to the pool. Oh my god, okay. Kyoko, what is going on with you? Please tell me that you're like... that you're not complicit in all this. Kyoko and...
I mean...
Phew, man, I've had the worst day. Hiro? I got some questions for you too, bud. Hiro?
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
duh.
Makoto.
Who else would I be? That's a good question. Huh? What? Why do I look like this? Did someone come along and remodel me while I was sleeping? Was it the Illuminati? Okay.
Right.
I found Hiro. He was jammed into the pool room locker. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and woke him up.
Don't be mean.
I knew that locker would come into play at some point. I still can't believe you kicked me. You could have been a little more gentle about it, like, I don't know, caress my face or something.
What?
That's creepy. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace.
Wow.
There was something I had to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't never mind. Oh, stop being so vague.
It's nothing.
Never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, she says that, but does she have any idea? Does she know people think she might be spying for the mastermind?
And?
First of all, Hiro, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that.
I mean...
Oh, well, I mean, I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep, don't even know how that happened. Then I woke up, and then I was here. I don't care. Do something about that costume. It pains me just to look at you. Well, I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get out of it. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
Got it all wrong.
I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing.
It would seem...
There's a clasp. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you could get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. So Hiro may have been framed, I guess? It took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hiro out of the suit, and then maybe putting the blueprints in his room to frame him, because it is weird that his door was unlocked. It seems very... Was that Byakuya? Did he do that to make things more interesting? I don't know. It took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Oh, free at last. Isn't that kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hiro?
So then...
More to the point, nobody but Hiro would be able to wear that costume. Wait, what? Hold on a sec.
Honestly.
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints were in your room as well.
Is that okay?
In other words, it's obvious to everyone that you made this costume. That's true. I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too.
Could it be...
Then it's obvious the one who put this costume on and went around attacking everyone
That's terrible!
was Hiro. Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea. We wouldn't want him killing anyone else. Tie me up? Not the part about killing, though? That's not what surprises you? Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far.
That's right.
He may be a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment. Yeah, I mean... Attacking blueprints? I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed them. What? Killed? Who? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake hero running around.
What are you saying?
Alright, well that makes you look suspicious. You're the only one who can wear this costume. So who else could possibly be the costumed attacker?
What the heck?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on for yourself before you convict me.
Okay.
Fine, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a beat, Hina started putting on the Robo-Justice costume. She's so cute.
See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say.
Oh, bum bum bum. So if you didn't make it, why would you say that?
I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Oh, Hiro, you are just digging yourself further and further.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hiro could have fit into this dumb costume.
In a huff, Hina took the suit back off again. Well, now you're all out of excuses. No, see, it's because you're a girl. If it were another guy, then... And the whole episode is going to be us, like, getting into this costume. There we go. Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Against my will, I picked up the pieces off the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear this.
Just a second.
See? I told you it was impossible. You are absolutely right. It seems this costume was made to fit Hiro's body exactly.
But...
Then there's another costume. They must have one that looks the same, but it fits them.
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
what the heck?
Evidence? You claim there's another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck?
Just the worst.
Who cares? Hiro's the only one without an alibi during this whole thing anyway.
That's terrible.
Which is how we know it's him.
What?
I mean, is this really true? I have no idea what's been happening. Could someone, like, tell me? Okay. And, maybe talk to Hiro again?
What the heck?
If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it? Well, 2 people were killed. Taka and Hifumi. What? 2 people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it. I did not. Wait, hold on. If those 2 are the ones that were killed,
How about that?
that's it. I know who did it.
So then.
You may as well tell us then. Taka and Hifumi were fighting over alter ego, right?
I'm at least 30%
Which means
right.
alter ego and Chihiro must have done it. What if that were actually the case? I see. That's unfortunate.
Please.
Huh? Unfortunate?
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit you did it, okay? I'm telling you, you got it all wrong.
Oh, so
Oh,
then.
I know, that note. The one that he left? Note? Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Is that how they got Hifumi to the 3rd floor? Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. But the last thing I remember is going to the rec room, then for some reason I fell asleep.
Hey.
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
Not a chance.
So...
No, hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that.
Huh?
What? Really? I told you, someone's trying to set me up. Secret passage, a chance to escape? Someone wrote that all to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. That's probably precisely why that person left that note for him, because they knew he'd fall for it. Well, after being trapped here so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? They preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy it.
Just
Well,
a second.
do you have the note? Yeah. Okay, then show us the note. With pleasure. I have it right here in my pocket. And he doesn't have it.
No way.
Looks like I lost it. Yeah, sure. Please, you gotta believe me. I wouldn't hurt a fly. As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I feel like Celeste, you're doing this and then you tricked Hiro. But how could you fit into the... I don't know. Look at that smile. I don't trust that at all. I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason. What the heck? For serious. Alright. Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Oh, I wonder how much more of this I'm going to be doing before the actual trial. That's what I'm waiting to get to. Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it.
What the heck?
Why? Why did you kill them? Tell us, Hiro. She's so emotional about it. Which is probably why it's a good idea that she alone isn't the one, like, laying down the verdict, because she's too emotionally, like, driven by things and not necessarily facts.
Just the worst.
Was it really to get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broke, and that's why... Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help.
What are you saying?
Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. If you have time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for your evidence, right? Oh, you're right. I need to look for the second suit in that note. Feet, don't fail me now. I guess I'd better get back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Toko, a genocide Jack, to switch with me. But if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away.
Makoto.
Makoto, do you have a second? Kyoko, please just tell me everything that's been going on. I want you to help me with the investigation.
It would seem...
It looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later, when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No. To reject me so simply. Anyway, I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Okay. She knows that he's gonna say yes to her regardless, so she doesn't have to give him anything.
Shall we go?
Thanks. Now then, shall we? Although I'd rather be with her than with Byakuya. So, Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses? I can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
Correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey.
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer? Anyway, we have to hurry before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay then, show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. Then I guess we should head that way. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid. But only for a moment.
So then...
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the bodies.
I knew it.
The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable. Like I'm saying, she has to be a detective or something. Okay, I've already got that information. Anything new from Hifumi? The biggest problem I have is how the killer was able to move Hifumi's massive corpse from the nurse's office to the repository, all the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing. Okay, so I mean, that's where that cleaning cloth came in, obviously. They cleaned his glasses, but why? Alright, it's back to Kyoko, see if she has anything to say. Makoto, I found something. You did?
Hey.
You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore in his left hand? He did? Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, so you said he had a watch?
So then...
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? Most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6.
That's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey, you, how long were you going to keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
In other words...
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning. Alright, so we had a murder at 6, and then Celeste saw whoever was in the costume at just after 7.
However...
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to... Oh, is that the note? He appears to be gripping something. You're right, there's something white in there.
Makoto.
Can you try and pry it out? Me?
Because...
Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice-cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. Piece of paper?
Hey.
Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
Is that right?
I wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
So then...
Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he's left us a few clues of his own. It's gotta be the note that Hiro was talking about. And I'm sure Kyoko's seen something from him too. So, did you find anything?
Indeed.
I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper?
That's right.
Hifumi had it hidden on him. Hidden?
Indeed.
He'd stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he'd hidden it on purpose, you see? In his pants? Wait, so you...
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey.
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go on ahead, Makoto. Open it up. When I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like, it better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. Oh, there it is. A note. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m. And then there's the piece of paper that was ripped. So maybe Hifumi lured Taka out, or vice versa, so that they could fight? I don't know. That sounds very familiar. That's it. That's the same thing Hiro said. Then he was telling us the truth.
However...
Although it's not exactly the same, is it? Oh, right. He said 1 a.m., not 6 a.m. Oh, that's the thing is... And Taka's watch was broken at 6 a.m. when he said to meet in the rec room. The time is different. Hiro told us his note said to meet at 1 a.m. But the note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m. Oh, so... Okay, so maybe Hifumi... Hifumi was... Oh, boy, I don't know. Okay, I'm just thinking in my head about what all this could mean.
Is that right?
Hold on, just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
So...
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. There's something meaning to part of it being ripped? Could you maybe explain it a little more? Think carefully.
Hey.
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
So then,
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? And how would something more important like that be okay. And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer.
hey,
And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Okay, good to know. Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right? Okay, well that's something at least.
is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention them. All I said was they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. It always seems to. A handbook may play a role? I don't think I understand. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind. Oh, there we go. Time for the class trial. I don't know how long I've been playing for. Maybe I'll do a little bit of the class trial for this episode.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin! Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
All right.
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Why is it always me? Yeah, you're right. Why can't it be you, Kyoko?
Shall we go?
Alright, so I was just taking a look at my recording time, and I figure I could probably do the first little bit of the trial. So, also I just really want to get this started. I've been waiting for the next class trial, and I don't want to have to wait another week to start it. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. As soon as we were all there... Whoa, what? Hello, hello, hello. Is this going to be some sort of, like, hint about doubles and stuff? He's multiplied?
Wrong!
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. Okay, I feel like this is going to be a hint about something to do with how the murder happened. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I've multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy!
You're not playing along. We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train, or elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, Hiro. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
It definitely seems like Hina's the one I'm gonna have to convince if he didn't actually do it. I told you already, I didn't do it, for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit.
Hey,
Celeste seems very quick to, like, pin it on him. And I know why Hina's doing it, because she's, like I said, she's very emotional. But Celeste, I feel like she just wants to jump on him because she has something to do with this. This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first, then the story can really begin. And what's Byakuya up to with making things more interesting? Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive. For the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... someone right here. Alright, let's do it. All aboard the pain train. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. Began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, doors close on their own. And once again, I feel like they say the same thing over and over, so I'm just gonna go ahead and skip this. Opening up onto a cruel fate. Oh, it's different. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I'd never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Alright, so I have my skill set. Think I'm good to go. Let's get into this. Wish me luck. Really don't know how this one's going to go. I did read in the comments that this is one of the weaker class trials, but I'm still excited for it.
So, your votes will determine the results.
We can skip, like, this every class trial. Like, we know what the deal is, so I'm just gonna skip through.
Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Okay, Hina.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
I wonder if Hiro had anything at all, because we do have 2 murders, but I feel like he might be completely innocent in all of them. But I'm still wondering, like, did 2 people commit 2 separate murders, or if one person actually did do both murders? Okay, Jill, a little bit of a hypocrite.
Who are you calling a murderer?
Yeah, exactly.
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
So obviously someone planted it there because the fact that the door was open, I don't know. Obviously someone's trying to set Hiro up.
It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
I feel bad for him if he actually is innocent. Is Hiro really the killer, or before anything else, we have to make that clear. All right, getting right into it.
Everything we found in your room.
Okay, I just have to remember. So I think X is to get rid of the white noise, and triangle is to hit the actual orange text.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
All right. I mean, looking at the blueprints, that handwriting is off. Okay, so Makoto's basically telling me you pick the blueprint one. All right, so we'll skip on ahead a little bit.
The blueprints, the suit parts,
Oh,
that you are.
ah, dang it. Okay. I panicked because I saw the white noise coming out. I'm like, oh no, I should have got rid of that first.
Hold on a second.
Okay, let's try that again.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints.
Okay,
the suit
X
parts, they are all
and
suited
triangle.
up.
Come on, there we go. I'm a little rusty. It has been a few weeks since the last time I've done the class trial because I only do one of these episodes a week. So if I'm a little rusty every time, please forgive me.
Blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
Celeste really does seem to be trying to pin it on Hiro. I wonder if there's... I can't help but feel like she's behind something here.
The differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting.
I like how
anyway.
Hiro is basically using the "I'm too stupid" defense, and it might actually work.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he is not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
That is weird to hear coming from Byakuya, but you know what? If we get it wrong, then everyone dies, so he has to have some sort of, like, stake in this.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit.
It had to be Hiro, right? Like, we didn't find a second suit, and it was basically tailor-made for Hiro.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Of course it's me. And of course he passes it off to me.
So, who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious individual in the question, the one that must have been the Illuminati? No, it's Hiro. Make it Hina. She would be like, what is wrong with you?
I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
No, Hina, you gotta think bigger.
It makes perfect sense.
She's focusing too much on the
Hiro
detail.
was
Like,
the
she's gotta
suspicious
think about the
individual
big
in the
picture
suit,
here.
But he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before
But
we
of
get to
course
that,
I won't tell you what it is, because I like to keep everything a secret and have me be the one to do everything.
there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
I'm okay with it if it means that he's helping move things
All
along.
things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Oh, it was the dolly. Yeah, the dolly was... Yeah, okay, so there's the dolly. Let me just double check there. Yeah.
I got it!
Okay, oh, still one more thing. Oh no, it was the tarp. That's right. Let me just double check. Under Taka's lifeless body, apparently used to... Okay, yep, there we go.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What was with that response? I got it right? What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there.
Okay, I'm not seeing anything wrong with this. This seems accurate.
But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly.
And then you can see the blood stains. There's like the little lines there from when the wheel. So yeah, no one can really argue that, right?
Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository,
Like, it's pretty straightforward.
so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
What is with Celeste? She's just doubting everything I'm saying, and which makes me more suspicious of her.
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover.
I still don't know how the body was able to be moved from the, you know, from place to place without anyone seeing it at all. That's why I'm thinking there's got to be like an elevator or something. But how would someone know about that?
Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along?
Or like some sort of secret
and you simply
passage.
didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Wow, just for that, I hope you did do it.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand.
And she's saying it with a smile too. Like that's, ugh. Celeste, I thought we were getting kind of like, you know, becoming friends a little bit. Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean, but maybe I can change her mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added to bullet time. Are you serious? I have to do a bullet time battle already? Oh, and there's a new thing to it. Oh, this is my least favorite part of the class trial, and they're already throwing it at me. Hopefully that means it's the only one. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're going to add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the triangle button won't be enough to handle them. Now it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the square button. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the square button in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember the square button now has a function along with the X and square buttons. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to look over the instructions again on how to do this. You will automatically reload at the start of fever time and your ammo will not decrease. But if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Good luck and have fun. Okay, yeah, I definitely, how do I check the controls again? Is it... I don't want to do this already. Hold on. Wait. Let me check. Sorry, guys. I know you're so sick of me doing this every time, but like I said, it's a few weeks in between each class trial, and apparently I just can't seem to remember. Okay, R1 for fever time, reload. Lock on an attack. Okay, I think I've got it.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool.
Okay, I see here.
So pathetic. Lies
All right.
will get you nowhere.
Okay.
Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
This isn't so bad, actually.
I cannot agree. You are a fool.
I think I'm finally starting to get the hang of the fever time.
Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong.
Oh.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic.
There we go. Oh, wow. Okay.
I cannot agree.
Yes.
Prove it.
Yes. I have finally gotten a hang of the bullet time battles. Finally. I feel confident in
You're
them.
asking for proof that the dolly moved.
Now I just
I have
pray
it right
that they
here.
don't add anything else to it because I finally feel comfortable with it. And they're going to keep adding stuff, I bet. Oh, okay.
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's trail.
Once again, why is she being so hesitant to believe me?
Killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Okay, so there we go. I mean, why did I need a bullet time battle for that? It's pretty self-explanatory, but can we just move on now, please? Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo-Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
It's not a real robot, Hina. I hope you understand this.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Okay. It's not obvious to me yet, but I'm assuming you're going to tell me. Or I have to figure it out myself. If I look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that?
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over. Then you could push the dolly no problem.
Oh,
So the killer just crouched down.
no, you're not able to, right? Because we tried putting the suit on and we said that we could barely move in it.
You must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry, I don't think I realize any.
Of course you don't, Hiro. The dolly doesn't have any handles, so to push it you'd have to, once again, Makoto telling me what I have to pick. So to push it you'd have to be able to bend over. But would anyone wearing that suit have been able to actually stoop down like that? Alright, so now we absolutely know which one to pick.
And from there,
Yeah, the culprit then loaded it onto the dolly.
now, keep in mind that...
Well, yeah, but even all you'd have to do is bend over.
No, that's wrong.
I'm assuming it's gonna get harder, because this is a little bit too easy right now. They're basically telling me what to pick.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I love that picture of her so much. Can we just keep flashing back to that over and over again? I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from
And there's
simply
Celeste with the
pushing
objection
dolly with your
again.
feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
That would be such a funny sight to see, is just someone in a robo suit just like kicking a dolly down the hallway.
Yeah, it'd
You'd
be
think
totally
someone would see
impossible.
that,
Not I
right?
can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the
Oh, that's
body
true
in a
too.
tarp.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance the costume was taken off to move the body because... Oh yeah, that's right, because there's the clasp on it.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make this stupid friggin' thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. Don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true.
So hopefully
Seems
people are
impossible
gonna
to
like
put the
realize
suit on
Hiro...
or take it off
Yeah,
without
there's no
help.
way he could have done it. And if he did, he obviously had someone helping him.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up?
See, there's a difference between Celeste being like very gung-ho about it being Hiro and Hina. Hina's just going based off emotions. Especially because Hifumi said it was Hiro who killed him, whereas I feel like Celeste, she's got her own motives for why she's trying to like put it off on him.
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait.
Oh.
Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
Also, it seems very like suspicious and a little bit too coincidental that she has a picture.
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo-Justice. Or that's what I decided to call him just now. I can't believe the fact that he just said that, like, oh, I just decided to call him that. Okay, so... derp. I have a feeling that Hifumi was the one. Those were probably his plans for the Robo-Justice suit. And maybe he made it. Because Robo-Justice was written on the blueprints, but how would he know? Because I don't think Robo-Justice, it doesn't actually say it on the suit. I think it just says RJ. Okay, but what was Hifumi's endgame with the suit then?
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro.
I doubt
without
Celeste
a
and
doubt.
Hifumi were working together. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Although she would, if she asked him to
that's
do
gotta
anything,
be
he
right.
would, because he basically is like, I'm your slave.
Hold on a second.
Don't worry, Hiro, we'll try and... Poor guy, he's just like the scapegoat.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
I like Kyoko, voice of reason.
Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps. But where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything
That
went
is
down.
true, too. I wish she would tell us what's going on.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened.
Okay, you know what? I feel like now I've probably been playing long enough, so I will stop it here. I feel like we're going to be kind of like going over the case, like an overview, so I feel like that would be a good place to start the next episode. So yeah, I'm going to stop it here. We'll see if we can finish the class trial in the next episode. I don't know how much longer it's going to be, so it might be divided into 2 parts, but we'll see when we get there. So if you guys want to see the continuation of the class trial, stay tuned for the next episode, and thank you so much for watching. Until then, bye!